Chapter 1. Embracing Silence. Welcome to The Power of No Explanation. Leave quietly, no complaints, no explanations. This book is dedicated to those who seek to reclaim their personal power and peace through the art of silence and non-explanation. In our journey together, we will explore the transformative impact of leaving situations quietly, withholding complaints and explanations, and the strength found in silence. Each chapter will guide you through understanding and applying these principles in various aspects of your life. The concept of no explanation. In a world that often demands justifications for every action and reaction, choosing not to explain yourself can be a revolutionary act. This concept, at its core, is about boundary setting. It's about deciding that not everyone deserves access to your inner thoughts and justifications. It's about preserving your energy and redirecting your focus from external validation to internal peace. Why is it important? Constantly feeling the need to explain yourself can be draining and detrimental to your mental health. It places the power of your decisions in the hands of others, waiting for their approval or understanding to validate your actions. By embracing no explanation, you reclaim that power. You validate yourself. You decide that your actions, when ethically sound and personally justified, need no external approval. Historical roots. The practice of non-explanation isn't new. It has roots in many philosophical and religious traditions. Stoicism, for example, teaches the value of inner tranquility over external approval. The Stoics believed that peace comes from within and that we should be impervious to outside criticism when our actions align with our moral compass. Buddhism similarly teaches the value of detachment, not from relationships or responsibilities, but from the cravings for approval and the fear of judgment. It encourages a path where actions are performed not for applause or fear of criticism, but from a place of deep personal conviction and calm. Psychological benefits. Choosing not to explain yourself can lead to significant psychological benefits. It reduces stress by lowering the perceived stakes of judgment from others. When you stop seeking approval, you are no longer as vulnerable to the whims and opinions of those around you. This detachment fosters a stronger sense of self and promotes mental well-being. Furthermore, this approach can increase your sense of personal integrity. When you act according to your values without feeling the need to justify your choices, you strengthen your identity and self-confidence. This can lead to a more authentic life, where your actions consistently reflect your true self. Starting small. How does one begin the practice of no explanation? Start small. In day-to-day interactions, resist the urge to justify your decisions. For example, if you decide not to attend a social event, simply state your decision without elaboration. This might be uncomfortable at first, but it is a crucial step in cultivating the habit of maintaining your boundaries. Another small but powerful practice is to pause before responding to requests or questions about your decisions. This pause can give you the space to decide whether an explanation is truly necessary or beneficial. Over time, these pauses can help you develop a more thoughtful approach to communication, where you speak deliberately and retain your power. Chapter 2. Cultivating Personal Authority Through Silence. In mastering the art of no explanation, you empower yourself to stand firmly within your decisions, embracing a kind of personal authority that few achieve. This chapter will guide you through strengthening this skill, a vital asset in your toolkit for living a more deliberate and fulfilling life. The strength of silent decisions. When you make a decision and choose not to explain it, you send a powerful message to the world and, more importantly, to yourself. This message is that you trust your own judgment. You know your limits, your desires, and your needs better than anyone else could. Acting on this intrinsic knowledge without seeking external validation is a profound exercise in self-trust. Imagine you are deciding whether to pursue a new career path or start a personal project. By not explaining your reasons to every person who questions your choice, you reinforce to yourself that your decisions are valid. This reinforcement builds self-trust, a critical component of self-esteem. The impact of nonverbal communication. Much of our communication is nonverbal. When you choose silence over explanation, you communicate through your actions and presence. This form of communication can be incredibly potent. It tells others that you are confident and certain in your choices. Your calm demeanor in the face of potential criticism or curiosity can command respect and even admiration from those around you. To develop this aspect of nonverbal communication, focus on maintaining a composed and serene exterior when you make decisions that others might question. Your calm will speak volumes, often more eloquently than words ever could. Handling resistance with grace. Resistance from others is a common challenge when you stop providing explanations. People might feel entitled to understand your reasons, and their curiosity can sometimes manifest as pressure or even criticism. Here's where you can practice handling resistance with grace. When faced with resistance, maintain your stance with polite firmness. If someone presses for an explanation, a simple "I've made my decision" or "I prefer not to discuss my reasons" suffices. These responses honor your decision to not explain without escalating the situation. Over time, people will learn to respect your boundaries, and you'll find that you're met with less resistance as your confidence grows. The silent retreat. Practice in real time. One practical way to cultivate your ability to leave quietly without explanation is through a silent retreat in everyday situations. This doesn't necessarily mean isolating yourself. Rather, it involves withdrawing the verbal justification of your actions in social settings. Whether it's choosing a meal at a restaurant or declining an invitation, practice simply acting without offering reasons. The silent retreat allows you to experience firsthand the freedom and peace that come from not explaining yourself. It's a real-time practice that reinforces the many concepts discussed here, making them not just ideas but lived experiences. Deepening the practice. As you become more comfortable with non-explanation, start to apply this practice in more significant aspects of your life. This might involve making larger life decisions without seeking the input or approval of others. Each step forward in this practice deepens your self-reliance and fortifies your personal authority. Remember, the less you explain, the more you will understand about yourself. Your reasons, values, and boundaries become clearer when they are not constantly adjusted for external consumption. This clarity is a gift of silence, a gift that allows you to live more authentically and with greater intention. Chapter 3. Mastering Emotional Detachment. In the art of leaving quietly with no explanations, emotional detachment plays a critical role. This doesn't mean becoming cold or uncaring. Rather, it involves developing an inner resilience that allows you to navigate life's challenges with equanimity and poise. Here, we delve into how to achieve emotional detachment and why it can be your greatest ally in maintaining personal power. Understanding emotional detachment. Emotional detachment is the ability to maintain your calm and avoid getting emotionally entangled in situations that traditionally might draw a passionate, perhaps even chaotic, response from you. It means observing your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. This skill is essential for anyone looking to implement the practice of leaving without explanation because it helps you act from a place of rational decision-making rather than emotional reactivity. Techniques for cultivating detachment. One effective technique for developing emotional detachment is mindfulness meditation. By sitting quietly and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you learn to recognize your emotional triggers. This awareness is the first step toward not acting on them impulsively. Another technique is to consciously shift your perspective during emotionally charged situations. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, it's a clear indication that your emotional investment in the moment might be disproportionate to its long-term significance. This helps you prioritize your emotional energy, focusing it where it truly matters. Applying detachment in conversations. Conversations often require us to practice emotional detachment, especially when topics are sensitive or potentially inflammatory. Here, the key is to listen more than you speak. By focusing on understanding the other person's viewpoint rather than immediately defending your own, you create a space where dialogue can occur without emotional escalation. When you do respond, use "I" statements that reflect your feelings without blaming or antagonizing the other person. This approach not only reduces the likelihood of a defensive reaction but also keeps you anchored in your own experience, which is the only thing you truly have control over. The role of emotional boundaries. Setting and maintaining emotional boundaries is crucial in your practice of non-explanation. These boundaries help you define where your emotional responsibility begins and ends. By understanding that you are not responsible for others' reactions to your decisions, you can maintain your emotional energy and focus it on what serves you best. For instance, if someone is upset by your decision to decline an invitation, remind yourself that their emotional response is theirs to manage, not yours. Your responsibility is to your own feelings and decisions. The power of pause. Incorporate the power of pause into your interactions. Before reacting to a comment, decision, or situation, take a moment to breathe and reflect. This pause can give you the clarity you need to decide if an emotional response is necessary or if silence might serve you better. This practice is not about suppressing your emotions but about choosing when and how to express them. It empowers you to lead interactions rather than being led by them, aligning your responses with your goals rather than your impulses. Emotional detachment as freedom. Ultimately, emotional detachment is not about disconnecting from your feelings. It's about managing them with intention. This management allows you to move through life more freely, making decisions that align with your core values and long-term aspirations. It is a profound source of strength that reinforces your ability to leave situations quietly, with dignity and self-respect, free from the need to justify your choices to others. This freedom is what truly allows you to live a life of peace and fulfillment. Chapter 4. The Art of Assertive Silence. Assertive silence is a powerful tool in the practice of leaving quietly without explanations. It involves the strategic use of silence to communicate confidence and conviction without engaging in unnecessary dialogue. This chapter explores how to harness assertive silence effectively, transforming your communication style to one that commands respect and maintains personal integrity. The essence of assertive silence. Assertive silence is not about the absence of speech. It is about the presence of control. It is choosing not to fill the air with words simply to appease others or to ease discomfort. When used correctly, assertive silence can speak louder than any words. It conveys that you are so secure in your decisions that they stand firm without the need for justification. Strategies for implementing assertive silence. To implement assertive silence, start by recognizing moments when speaking does not truly serve your interests. In negotiations, for example, silence after stating your terms can be more powerful than reiterating or justifying your position. Let the other party consider your stance without interference. This can shift the dynamic, often leading them to reveal more about their position or to agree to your terms without further persuasion. In personal interactions, when someone questions your choices or challenges your boundaries, choosing silence can reaffirm your stance. It shows that you are not seeking approval or validation, and you are not open to negotiation on certain personal decisions. The role of body language. Your body language plays a crucial role in making your silence assertive rather than passive. Maintain eye contact, keep your posture open and relaxed, and control your facial expressions. A calm, composed demeanor reinforces the message of strength and self-assuredness. This nonverbal cue can be incredibly effective in conveying authority and self-respect. Navigating discomfort. Embracing silence can be uncomfortable, especially in a society that often equates silence with agreement or submission. However, learning to withstand this discomfort is essential. When you choose silence, you may face pushback or attempts by others to fill the silence with their own words. Stand firm. Allow the silence to linger. This not only helps you grow in confidence but also teaches others to respect your nonverbal cues. Silence as a response to criticism. Criticism can be particularly challenging to face with silence because our instincts might prompt us to defend ourselves. However, when criticism is unwarranted or stems from misunderstanding, silence can be a dignified response. It shows that you do not accept the premise of the criticism and thus it does not warrant a rebuttal. This approach can disarm the critic and elevate your standing in the eyes of others who observe the exchange. Enhancing communication with silence. Incorporating silence into your communication toolkit enhances your interactions by allowing you to listen better, to think before you speak, and to control the pace of conversations. It gives you time to formulate your thoughts and convey them with precision, rather than responding with knee-jerk reactions that you might later regret. Assertive silence is not just about what you don't say, it's about all that you communicate by not saying anything. It's a testament to your self-confidence and a clear indication that you are in control of your emotions and actions. Through assertive silence, you communicate profound respect for yourself and your decisions, fostering an environment where your words, when you choose to use them, are met with heightened respect and attention. Chapter 5. Navigating Social Dynamics Without Explanation. Navigating social dynamics effectively without offering explanations is a nuanced skill that enhances your interactions and preserves your energy. It involves understanding when and how to engage in social settings while standing firm in your decision not to justify your actions or decisions to others. This chapter delves into the methods for maintaining your social poise and integrity in various environments. The balance of engagement and restraint. The key to navigating social dynamics without explanations lies in the balance between engagement and restraint. Engaging with others is essential for maintaining relationships and social networks, but restraint is crucial when it comes to sharing your personal decisions. You must decide what to share and what to keep to yourself, ensuring that your engagement is intentional and meaningful, not merely reactionary. Assertive communication in social settings. In social settings, assertive communication is your ally. It helps you express your thoughts and boundaries clearly and respectfully without succumbing to the pressure to over-explain. For example, if someone inquires about a personal choice or a lifestyle change, you might respond with, "I've found this works best for me right now," and leave it at that. This response maintains your stance without closing the door on polite social interaction. The importance of tone and timing. The tone and timing of your responses can significantly affect how your silence or lack of explanation is perceived. A gentle, respectful tone conveys that you are confident and at ease with your choices, while appropriate timing can prevent your silence from seeming like avoidance. Timing your responses in a way that acknowledges the question without delving into the details shows that you respect the curiosity of others but are firm in your personal boundaries. Dealing with persistent inquiries. When faced with persistent inquiries or pressure to explain yourself, it's crucial to reinforce your boundaries without causing offense. Phrases like, "I appreciate your interest, but I'm not comfortable discussing this further," can be effective. This approach not only respects the inquirer but also firmly reiterates your stance on personal privacy. Social grace without compromise. Navigating social dynamics without explanations does not mean isolating yourself or cutting off conversations. It's about engaging with grace, offering enough to maintain warmth and connection, but not so much that your boundaries are compromised. Learning to redirect conversations tactfully, focusing on shared interests rather than personal justifications, can keep interactions light and enjoyable. Cultivating respect through consistency. Consistency in how you handle social interactions without explanations builds respect over time. When people come to understand that you do not freely offer explanations for your decisions, they begin to respect your privacy and autonomy. This consistency not only simplifies your social interactions but also attracts those who value discretion and respect boundaries. Leveraging social intuition. Developing social intuition helps you gauge when a situation requires a firm boundary and when a more nuanced approach might be beneficial. Paying attention to social cues and adjusting your level of disclosure accordingly can prevent misunderstandings and foster smoother interactions. Navigating social dynamics without explanations is about more than just knowing when to speak or remain silent. It's about crafting an interaction style that respects both your boundaries and those of others. It emphasizes the value of personal autonomy in social contexts, fostering relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. As you refine this skill, you'll find that your social interactions become not only less draining but also more rewarding. Chapter 6. The Transformative Power of Personal Privacy. Personal privacy is a sanctuary that, when maintained, can transform how you interact with the world around you. In this era of oversharing and constant connectivity, the decision to withhold personal explanations and maintain your privacy is both revolutionary and restorative. This chapter explores how preserving your personal privacy can empower you, enhancing your self-esteem and your relationships. Defining your privacy boundaries. The first step in protecting your personal privacy is to define clearly what these boundaries are. Consider what aspects of your life you view as private. These might include your relationships, financial matters, health, or even your future plans. Deciding what you keep private is deeply personal and varies from one individual to another. Once these boundaries are set, you possess the fundamental guidelines on what you choose to disclose and what to withhold. Communicating boundaries clearly. After defining your privacy boundaries, the next step is communicating these boundaries to others. This doesn't require detailed explanations. A simple and direct statement often suffices. For example, saying, "I prefer to keep that aspect of my life private," offers a clear signal to others about your limits, respecting your space while also maintaining social harmony. The strength in selective sharing. Selective sharing is a powerful tool in managing how much others know about you and how they perceive you. By controlling the flow of personal information, you control the narrative of your life. This not only prevents unwanted opinions and advice but also builds a sense of mystery and respect around you. People come to appreciate the bits you choose to share and respect the parts you don't. Impact on relationships. Contrary to popular belief, maintaining certain aspects of your life as private can actually strengthen relationships. It encourages relationships built on mutual respect rather than curiosity or entitlement to information. Friends, family, and colleagues who understand and respect your privacy boundaries are likely to be more considerate and supportive in their interactions with you. Privacy as self-respect. Maintaining your privacy is an act of self-respect. It signals to yourself and others that not all parts of your life are open for discussion or critique. This self-imposed boundary fosters a strong internal environment where self-respect and confidence can thrive. Knowing that you have a private sanctuary that no one can invade without your permission enhances your mental well-being and stability. Resisting the pressure to overshare. In today's social media-driven age, the pressure to share every detail of your life can be overwhelming. Resisting this pressure and choosing what to share strategically is a form of empowerment. It reminds you that you are not defined by how much you disclose but by the quality and integrity of your life's actions. Privacy in the digital age. In the digital age, protecting your privacy extends beyond interpersonal interactions to include your digital footprint. Being cautious about what you share online, managing your digital privacy settings, and being aware of the information you leave behind in your digital interactions are all crucial steps in safeguarding your privacy. By valuing and protecting your personal privacy, you cultivate a life of integrity and authenticity. You command respect and encourage others to interact with you on terms that reflect mutual respect and understanding. This approach not only enhances your personal life but also sets a professional standard that emphasizes dignity and self-assurance. Chapter 7. Building Confidence Through Strategic Non-Disclosure. Embracing strategic non-disclosure is about more than just privacy. It's about crafting a sense of self that is autonomous and immune to external sway. This chapter discusses how choosing not to disclose certain aspects of your life can serve as a powerful strategy to build and maintain confidence, both personally and professionally. The power of keeping cards close. In any scenario, be it in a professional setting or during casual interactions, the ability to hold back information strategically can be a significant advantage. By not revealing everything, whether it's your next move, your personal feelings, or your most ambitious plans, you maintain an element of control and unpredictability that often translates to power and respect in the eyes of others. Harnessing the silence. When you choose silence over disclosure, you give yourself the room to observe and analyze the situation without commitment. This silence should not be confused with passivity. It's a proactive, powerful stance that allows you to gather insights into others' motivations and strategies while concealing your own. This can be especially valuable in negotiations or competitive environments where information is power. Self-empowerment through non-disclosure. One key aspect of building confidence through non-disclosure is the development of internal validation. Instead of seeking approval or consensus from others by sharing your plans and decisions, you learn to trust and validate these internally. This shift from external to internal validation not only strengthens your self-esteem but also makes you less vulnerable to manipulation and peer pressure. Navigating social reactions to non-disclosure. Choosing not to disclose can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or perceived aloofness. It's essential to manage these social reactions skillfully. A warm yet reserved demeanor can help balance out any negative perceptions, making it clear that while you are approachable and friendly, you are also selective about the information you share. The role of intuition. Intuition plays a crucial role in determining what to disclose and what to withhold. Trusting your gut feeling about when to share information and when to keep it to yourself can guide you in protecting your interests and maintaining your power in various interactions. Over time, honing this intuition can become one of your most reliable tools for navigating both personal and professional relationships. Professional boundaries. In professional environments, strategic non-disclosure is particularly important. It's about knowing which details of your personal life to share with colleagues and which to keep to yourself. This careful curation of your professional persona can help you maintain a clear boundary between work and personal life, which is essential for long-term career success and personal well-being. Leveraging non-disclosure for leadership. Leaders often find themselves in positions where they must decide how much to share with their teams. Effective leaders use strategic non-disclosure to inspire and motivate without revealing enough to compromise their plans or authority. By sharing just enough to keep teams engaged but not enough to predict every move, leaders can maintain a dynamic and proactive team environment. By integrating strategic non-disclosure into your communication style, you not only protect your personal and professional interests but also build a persona that commands respect and exudes confidence. This approach reinforces your autonomy and empowers you to navigate various spheres of life with a quiet but unmistakable authority. Chapter 8. The Art of Graceful Exit. Mastering the art of a graceful exit is essential for anyone seeking to leave situations quietly, without complaints or explanations. This chapter provides insights into how to depart from both professional and personal settings with dignity, ensuring that your exit, as much as your presence, is handled with poise and respect. The importance of timing. Timing is crucial when planning a graceful exit. Whether leaving a job, ending a relationship, or simply exiting a social gathering, the right timing can make the difference between an exit that feels abrupt and one that feels appropriate and respectful. Evaluate the situation carefully, considering all factors to determine the most opportune moment to make your move. Preparing the ground. Before making an exit, it's wise to prepare the ground. In professional scenarios, this might mean delegating responsibilities, completing pending tasks, or informing key people in a manner that ensures continuity after your departure. In personal scenarios, it might involve having conversations that tie up loose ends or express gratitude and appreciation for shared times, thereby leaving on a positive note. Communicating effectively. While the principle is to leave without unnecessary explanations, communication is still key. The goal is to be clear and concise about your departure without delving into the details or reasons behind it. A simple statement that affirms your decision can suffice. For example, "I've decided it's time for me to move on to new challenges," can be enough to convey your intention without opening up a debate. Maintaining professionalism and respect. Throughout your exit process, maintaining a high level of professionalism and respect is paramount. This approach not only reflects well on you but also helps preserve relationships that might be beneficial in the future. Always aim to leave bridges intact, rather than burning them, as the professional world is smaller than it seems, and personal circles often overlap in unexpected ways. Handling emotional responses. When exiting a situation, especially one that involves close personal or professional ties, emotional responses can be triggered both in yourself and others. Prepare yourself to handle these emotions gracefully. Acknowledging the feelings without getting drawn into them can help manage the situation calmly and respectfully. The power of a positive spin. Putting a positive spin on your exit is beneficial. Highlighting the good experiences and growth opportunities, or expressing optimism about the future, can transform potentially awkward or negative departures into ones that are perceived positively. This not only helps in maintaining good relations but also sets a constructive tone for your next beginning. Follow-up. After making your exit, a thoughtful follow-up can reinforce the positive aspects of your departure. This could be in the form of a thank you note, a farewell email expressing gratitude, or even a future check-in to maintain the network you've built. These gestures of goodwill ensure that your exit is remembered as thoughtful and respectful. Mastering the art of the graceful exit is about leaving as you've lived, with intention, respect, and dignity. Whether stepping away from a job, transitioning out of a relationship, or any other life change, the way you exit can define the lasting impression you leave behind, shaping how others remember and respect you in the future. Chapter 9. Reinforcing Boundaries Without Explanation. Setting and reinforcing boundaries without explanations is a powerful way to establish respect and manage interactions in both personal and professional life. This chapter discusses strategies for upholding your boundaries firmly and respectfully, ensuring that others understand and respect your space without requiring you to justify your limits. Understanding the value of boundaries. Boundaries are the guidelines we set for ourselves and others. They help define what is acceptable and what is not, ensuring that our relationships and interactions are healthy and balanced. Whether these boundaries pertain to time, emotional energy, or physical space, understanding their value is the first step toward effective enforcement. Establishing clear boundaries. The clearer your boundaries, the easier it is for others to respect them. Be direct and specific when establishing your boundaries. For example, if you need to limit late-night work emails, you might say, "Please send me emails during work hours only, as I reserve evenings for family time." This clarity eliminates ambiguity and reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings. Consistency is key. Consistency in enforcing your boundaries is critical. If you sometimes allow exceptions to your rules, it can confuse others and lead to boundary violations. Consistently upholding your boundaries teaches others what to expect from you and helps establish a pattern of respect around your needs and preferences. Nonverbal communication of boundaries. Your nonverbal cues can also communicate your boundaries. For instance, if someone invades your personal space, stepping back or angling your body away can nonverbally reinforce your need for physical space without having to articulate it explicitly. Handling pushback with composure. When you enforce boundaries, some may react negatively or test your limits. It is essential to handle such pushback with composure. Maintain a calm and firm tone, and reiterate your boundary if necessary. Avoid getting drawn into arguments or justifications. Simply restate your rule and move on. The role of empathy. While it's important to enforce boundaries, doing so with empathy can prevent others from feeling alienated or rejected. Acknowledge the other person's feelings or needs while reiterating your boundaries, such as saying, "I understand you need my input, but I cannot respond until tomorrow morning." Educating others on respecting boundaries. Sometimes, people are not aware of the importance of boundaries. In such cases, a part of enforcing your own limits can include educating others. Share why boundaries are important not just for you but for any healthy interaction, highlighting the mutual benefits of respecting personal limits. Practicing self-care. Finally, enforcing boundaries is an act of self-care. It prevents burnout and ensures that your needs are met, allowing you to engage more fully and authentically in all areas of your life. Regularly review and adjust your boundaries as needed to make sure they continue to serve your well-being effectively. Enforcing boundaries without explanations requires confidence and respect for yourself and others. It's about honoring your own needs and communicating them in a way that commands respect. Through consistency and clarity, you can build relationships that support and enhance your ability to thrive. Chapter 10. The Freedom of Minimal Response. Embracing the concept of minimal response is a strategic method of conserving your energy and keeping the focus where it belongs, on your goals and values. This chapter examines how using minimal responses in conversations and interactions can help maintain your autonomy and reduce unnecessary engagement. The principle of minimal response. Minimal response is the practice of responding with the least amount of information necessary to keep a conversation respectful and productive. It involves crafting responses that are succinct yet complete, allowing you to remain engaged without offering more than what is essential. This technique helps you avoid overcommitting yourself verbally, maintaining your privacy, and conserving your mental energy. Crafting your responses. To effectively implement minimal responses, focus on being clear and concise. Instead of elaborating on your reasons or feelings, answer only what is directly asked, and do not volunteer additional information. For instance, if asked about your weekend plans, a simple, "I have some personal things to handle," suffices over a detailed itinerary. The power of silence and pauses. Incorporating silence and pauses before responding gives you time to think and prevents you from reacting impulsively. This practice also subtly communicates to others that you are deliberate about how you use your words. A pause can often indicate that you are considering your response carefully, which can make the words you do choose to say even more impactful. Reducing emotional labor. Using minimal responses can significantly reduce the emotional labor involved in interactions, particularly in professional settings where emotional investment can quickly lead to burnout. By limiting the emotional content of your responses, you protect your energy and remain focused on your responsibilities. Handling pressure to elaborate. In situations where there is pressure to elaborate, it's important to have strategies ready to maintain your stance. You can redirect the conversation with questions of your own, or, if appropriate, clearly state that you prefer not to go into details. This not only reinforces your boundaries but also places you in control of the interaction. Building respect for your words. When you consistently use minimal responses, you teach others to respect your words. They learn that when you choose to elaborate, it is meaningful and worth attention. This can enhance your influence in discussions, as your contributions are viewed as thoughtful and deliberate. Maintaining professionalism and warmth. Balancing minimal responses with maintaining a warm and professional demeanor is crucial. You want to ensure that while you guard your words, you do not come across as cold or uninterested. Employing a friendly tone and body language can help convey openness, even as you protect your personal boundaries. The benefits of clarity and brevity. Clarity and brevity in your communications not only make your interactions more efficient but also prevent misunderstandings. They force you to think about what is truly essential and help others to understand your main points without sifting through unnecessary details. Minimal response is a powerful tool in managing your social and professional interactions. It allows you to communicate effectively, maintaining your boundaries and ensuring that your engagements are as rewarding and productive as possible. By choosing your words with care, you preserve your energy for the tasks and relationships that truly matter. Chapter 11. Enhancing focus through selective engagement. Selective engagement is a technique that refines your focus and directs your energies towards activities and interactions that align with your core objectives. It involves making conscious choices about where and how to engage, minimizing distractions and maximizing productivity. This chapter explores how selective engagement can significantly enhance your focus and effectiveness. The concept of selective engagement. Selective engagement means choosing your battles wisely. It's about not spreading yourself too thin across multiple fronts, but rather investing your time and resources in areas that yield the most significant benefits. This approach helps you remain centered on your goals, reducing stress and increasing satisfaction with your accomplishments. Prioritizing your engagements. To practice selective engagement, begin by evaluating your current commitments. Identify which of these are in line with your long-term goals and which are not. Prioritize activities that align with your values and objectives, and consider stepping back from those that do not. This might mean declining invitations that do not serve your interests or avoiding meetings that are unproductive. The role of intentionality in engagement. Being intentional about when and how you engage is key to selective engagement. Every interaction and task should serve a purpose. Before committing to something, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my goals? Does it align with my values? If the answer is no, it might be a signal to reconsider your involvement. Techniques for effective engagement. When you do choose to engage, do so fully. This means being present and focused, whether in a meeting, on a project, or in a personal interaction. Techniques such as time blocking and setting clear agendas can help ensure that your engagement is productive and not merely time-consuming. Managing distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere and can easily derail selective engagement. Managing these distractions requires discipline. Set boundaries around your availability and create an environment conducive to focus. Tools like app blockers or scheduled check-in times for email and social media can help maintain your concentration. Communicating your engagement strategy. Clear communication about your engagement strategy is crucial, especially in a team or family setting. Let others know about your priorities and why you choose to engage or disengage from certain activities. This transparency can help manage expectations and garner respect for your choices. Balancing engagement with downtime. Equally important to active engagement is scheduled downtime. Downtime is not wasted time. Rather, it's an essential component of a productive schedule. It allows for mental recovery and creativity, which are crucial for long-term success. Balancing engagement with adequate rest leads to sustained productivity and health. Reinforcing engagement with reflection. Regularly reflect on your engagements to assess their effectiveness. Are they bringing you closer to your goals? Are you maintaining a healthy balance? This ongoing assessment will help you make adjustments as needed, ensuring that your actions continue to align with your desired outcomes. Selective engagement empowers you to control your time and energy, rather than letting them be dictated by external demands. By focusing on what truly matters, you enhance not only your productivity but also your satisfaction with your work and life. This strategy fosters a deeper sense of purpose and achievement, making every chosen engagement more meaningful and impactful. Chapter 12. Cultivating Inner Peace Through Non-Attachment. Non-attachment is a powerful practice that fosters inner peace by helping you detach from outcomes and focus on the present moment. This chapter explores how embracing non-attachment can dramatically reduce stress, enhance your daily experiences, and allow you to engage with life more freely and fully. Understanding non-attachment. Non-attachment involves releasing your grip on the need to control the outcomes of your actions. It is about doing your best in the moment while accepting that the final result may not always be within your control. This mindset reduces anxiety over future uncertainties and liberates you from the burden of expectation. The benefits of non-attachment. Practicing non-attachment brings numerous benefits. It allows you to enjoy the process of your endeavors without being overly fixated on the end result. This can lead to greater satisfaction in your work and personal life, as you appreciate the journey regardless of the destination. Additionally, non-attachment to outcomes can minimize feelings of disappointment when things do not go as planned, making you more resilient and adaptable. Applying non-attachment in daily life. To incorporate non-attachment into your daily life, start by observing areas where you might be overly attached to specific outcomes. This could be a project at work, a personal relationship, or even a fitness goal. Consciously remind yourself to focus on your actions and efforts rather than the result. Celebrate the effort itself, not just the success. The role of mindfulness. Mindfulness is a key tool in practicing non-attachment. By staying present in the moment and observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you can better understand your attachments and gently guide yourself towards detachment. Regular mindfulness practices, such as meditation or mindful breathing, can strengthen your ability to remain present and detached. Handling emotional investments. Emotional investments often lead us to develop strong attachments. To manage these, it's crucial to recognize when emotions are driving your decisions or coloring your perceptions. Acknowledging these feelings without letting them dictate your actions is a practical application of non-attachment that can lead to more balanced and rational decision-making. Letting go of control. One of the most challenging aspects of non-attachment is letting go of the desire to control everything. Begin by identifying what you can control, your actions and responses, and what you cannot, others' actions and external events. Focus your energy on the former and accept the latter as part of life's inherent unpredictability. The freedom in non-attachment. As you practice non-attachment, you'll find a profound sense of freedom. This freedom comes from not being tethered to the idea that things must go a certain way for you to be happy or successful. Instead, you open yourself up to a range of possibilities and become receptive to new opportunities, even in challenging situations. Deepening your practice. To deepen your practice of non-attachment, engage in regular self-reflection. Consider the times when you felt disappointed or upset about an outcome and explore how attachment to a specific result influenced your feelings. Use these insights to further detach from expectations in future endeavors. Embracing non-attachment is a transformative practice that enhances your mental well-being and overall quality of life. It allows you to engage with the world more fully, experiencing the richness of life without the heavy burden of attachment to outcomes. This approach not only brings inner peace but also fosters a resilient, joyous spirit that can weather any storm. Chapter 13. Harnessing the power of simplification. Simplification is a vital strategy for enhancing clarity, focus, and effectiveness in all aspects of life. This chapter delves into how reducing complexity in your daily activities, decisions, and interactions can lead to a more productive and less stressful existence. The essence of simplification. Simplification means stripping away the unnecessary, focusing on what truly matters, and finding the most direct path to your goals. It involves evaluating your routines, responsibilities, and relationships to identify areas where complexity can be minimized or eliminated. Benefits of living simply. Living a simplified life can greatly increase your mental clarity and reduce stress. When you remove superfluous tasks and distractions, you allocate more energy to pursuits that are genuinely fulfilling and impactful. This not only enhances your productivity but also improves your overall quality of life by reducing the chaos that often clouds our daily existence. Simplifying daily routines. Start with your daily routines. Analyze your typical day and pinpoint activities that do not serve your larger goals or well-being. This could include time spent on social media, inefficient work processes, or even complicated morning routines. Streamline these activities or eliminate them if possible, creating a schedule that supports your priorities and values. Decision-making with simplicity. Simplify your decision-making process by limiting your options and focusing on decision quality rather than quantity. Use principles such as the rule of 3, where you limit yourself to considering only 3 key options for any decision. This approach reduces the paralysis that often comes with too many choices and speeds up the decision-making process. Clear communication. Simplification also applies to how you communicate. Aim to express your thoughts and needs clearly and succinctly. Avoid over-explaining or using convoluted language. This clarity makes your interactions more straightforward and effective, reducing misunderstandings and increasing respect from peers. Simplifying relationships. Evaluate your relationships and focus on maintaining those that are enriching and positive. Simplifying your social circle may mean spending less time with people who drain your energy or detract from your sense of well-being. Choose quality over quantity in relationships to conserve emotional energy and enhance your social satisfaction. The role of minimalism. Adopting a minimalist approach can further support simplification. This doesn't just apply to physical belongings but also to commitments, online presence, and even goals. By focusing on what adds true value to your life, you avoid being overwhelmed and can better appreciate the resources and opportunities you have. Automating and delegating. Where possible, automate or delegate tasks that are routine or do not require your specific expertise. This frees up your time and mental space for activities that require your unique skills and passions. Evaluate which aspects of your work and personal life can be streamlined in this way, and take steps to implement those changes. Reflecting on the impact of simplification. Regularly reflect on the impact of simplification in your life. Consider how changes have affected your stress levels, productivity, and overall happiness. Use these reflections to make further adjustments and continue on your path towards a simpler, more focused life. Embracing simplification allows you to breathe easier, think clearer, and pursue your goals with renewed vigor. By reducing the clutter, both physical and mental, you pave the way for a more intentional and fulfilling life. Chapter 14. Embracing the future with no explanations. In this final chapter, we focus on the forward-looking aspect of living a life characterized by non-explanation. Embracing the future with no explanations is about maintaining your agency, forging ahead with confidence, and continuing to apply the principles of minimal disclosure in a way that enriches your life. Planning with purpose. As you look to the future, plan with purpose and intention. Set goals that resonate with your values and aspirations, and outline steps to achieve them without feeling the need to justify these plans to others. Keep your strategies and visions close to your chest, sharing them selectively to maintain your focus and prevent external influences from swaying your path. Maintaining boundaries in new endeavors. As new opportunities and challenges arise, the importance of maintaining boundaries becomes even more crucial. Whether you're starting a new job, entering a new relationship, or exploring new personal interests, set clear boundaries from the beginning. These boundaries will help you navigate your new endeavors with integrity and ensure that you remain true to your principles of non-explanation. The role of adaptability. Embracing the future requires adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust your plans without feeling compelled to explain every change is essential for resilience. Cultivate a flexible mindset that allows you to respond to unexpected events with grace and without the need for external validation. Continual learning and growth. Commit to continual learning and growth. Engage in experiences and education that broaden your understanding and skills. As you evolve, so will your goals and the methods you use to achieve them. This growth should be guided by your internal compass, not by the expectations or unsolicited advice of others. Leveraging silence in new technologies and trends. As technology and societal trends continue to evolve, learn how to leverage silence and minimal disclosure in these areas as well. In the digital age, the pressure to share every detail of your life can be overwhelming. Choose wisely what to share on social media and other platforms, protecting your privacy and preserving your peace. Building sustainable relationships. Focus on building and nurturing relationships that support your philosophy of living without explanations. Surround yourself with people who respect your choices and privacy. Sustainable relationships are those that do not require constant justification of actions or decisions but are built on mutual respect and understanding. Reflecting on your journey. Regularly reflect on your journey of living without explanations. Consider the ways in which this approach has shaped your interactions, your sense of self, and your overall happiness. Use these insights to refine your approach as you move forward, ensuring that your lifestyle continues to align with your deepest values. Embracing uncertainty with confidence. Finally, embrace the uncertainty of the future with confidence. The practice of leaving quietly and living without explanations is not just about withdrawing but about engaging with the world on your own terms. It's about making decisions with conviction, regardless of whether they are met with approval or understanding from others. As you close this book and continue on your path, carry with you the lessons of assertive silence, strategic non-disclosure, and purposeful engagement. These tools will serve you well as you navigate the complexities of life, helping you to live authentically and without the need for external affirmation. Embrace the future boldly, knowing that you have the tools to maintain your autonomy and integrity in a world that often demands explanations.